Hey!
Wow, that is a surprise.
Live.
Always a happy surprise when we go live.
Yeah. Can you not like do something visual though, Rick? Can you not go, oh, it's the video, it's the book, it's
I tell you what I could do next time. I'll go like that, like.
Oh, that's super cool. I like that. I love that. Put that on here as well. Awesome.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ideal Home Show, episode 158. We're mainly talking about fish this week, hence the name. We'll be talking about vaping news from around the world as well. A little bit of squonking, a little bit of stuff. We've got the shredder. Brad is back from the southern part of Africa, presumably. And he's looking very well for it. And yeah, we've got the usual suspects, James and John, who will be moderately furious throughout.
Grrr. Do you're moderately furious, yes, John? Oh,
yeah.
I too much there.
Very good. This is going to be very good. So stay tuned and smash that like button. Let's just go. Let's just get on with it. John, how's your week been? What are you vaping? What are you drinking? What do you have for lunch? And if you could do it all again, school-wise, what GCSEs would you pick from the optional ones?
That's quite good. I like that. It's been a good week. It's been a busy week. There'll be more to come about my week. Yeah. It's been good. And what I had for lunch? I had. Anyone want to guess?
Oh, was it? I don't know whether these are gluten free. Crisp breads. Did you have crisp breads? Am I close?
For once, you are quite close.
I know what it is. It's a breadstick and a Dairy Triangle.
To be fair, if you were Mystic Meg, she would count what you both just said as a win. Definitely counting as a win.
So I think if you had a Dairy Triangle and a breadstick, you could stick the breadstick at the end of the Dairy Triangle and play a kind of mini golf with a baby bell or something like that.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to freeze the Dairy Lee there, wouldn't you? I was hitting a decimal work.
It's cold. It's cold in the shop, isn't it? Isn't it pretty chilly down in justadnick.com?
It is. It is very chilly. Just Nick.
You'd be better with a Malteser.
That's true. See, you smashed it really there. It's quite good, yeah. Malteser.
Edible games. They're the future edible games, I think.
I had a Nairn's oat. I had a pack of Nairn's oat cakes. That was the close thing. Nairn's gluten-free cheese oat cakes with Philadelphia cheese. That was why you were close to the. See, Mystic Meg would have given it to you. She'd have said definitely winning. Breadstick close. That very close.
Yeah.
I did have gherkins on the side. I am a pickle fan. I do like gherkins.
Pick up the pickles.
And then, believe it or not, I had two easy peelers.
I like gherkins. I call them pickles.
Yeah, me too. I like them sliced. I like them when they're big. I like them when they're small. Other way around. I like them when they're big and I like when they're small. Not super big. I did have a pickle the other week out of a jar of sliced pickles that was thus big.
Where do you stand on corrugated pickles?
Not a fan. I don't get that.
I'm happy with either. I
like whole ones. I really want what Richard just did as my ringtone on my phone. I might do it. Just I like gherkins. Pickles.
It's available on the YouTube.
I might do that. Yeah. Yeah, obviously 2 easy peelers as well, which is fantastic. What am I vaping on? I've got a billet box with a vape shell in it. Oh, I kept meaning to put this up. Like, if you're watching this right now, I don't know if it was posted on iOS because I meant to do it earlier. The Squape Dream is currently for sale on Creme de Vape for like £64.95. It's like half price. Are you interested? It's a great drink. Okay, there, £64.95. Pretty good. Just thought I'd mention it. Anyway, I've got a vape shell inside a billet box Rev 4. In that, I have got a liquid. I've put these are liquids that Brad picked up in South Africa.
Oh, right.
Because he's fucking awesome.
You're the only person I know who would vape that, so...
Yeah, it's 50 milligram. It's awesome. So the only one I didn't bring up is the one that I've got in my tank. But I've got something in my tank by Elysian Salts. Elysian Salts.
Elysian.
Elysian. That's probably the one, isn't it? Yeah. This one's Siren, but the other one's called something else. And that's in here. There's also pressed pink melon from Fresh Pressed that I was got, and sugar tantrum from Fresh Pressed. Isn't it?
Yeah, one of those brands apparently is British, and the other one is not British.
It's British.
He did tell me where it was, but I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, this one's...
Is it African or American?
Ah, that one's American.
Makes sense.
Only. Not if your fucking name's John, it fucking isn't. I'll do whatever the fuck I like. Fuck up.
Double barreling it through a fucking goon.
Who gives a shit? Why did they write that on this? Fuck all to do with you. I do what I like.
Is it to see if people are being sick in their shops?
Dick. No, you take it. It's a nicotine thing, an overdose of nicotine. Everyone's done it, and it doesn't work like that, does it? It doesn't. You couldn't do it. It's really difficult.
I've never vaped 50 milligram salts, so
my feet go numb before I get nauseous. So it's kind of
exactly. But everything happens. It's just. It's not fucking possible. The reason children...
I think if you really tried, you could probably make yourself sick. I think if you really tried, if you were proper...
I've done it. I've been concentrating on something and gone, and then, but you kind of go, nah, put that down, just because you don't want it anyway. Whatever. Next thing I've got is some Turk. This is the white label Turk. It's really rare. White label Turk in a saver on top of a Pico, what was it, a Pico 221-700. Yes, I have a saver. Oh, I've got it. I've got the mouth to lung thingamabob insert in, but I've just opened it right up, and I can lung hit that mouth to lung. Bit of Turk. Oh, goes well with alcohol. Tells Turk. And last but by no means least, unless I can't find it, I moved my laptop. Oh my God.
I did not know what to expect there when the laptop went, the camera went down to the crotch area. Dandelion
and burdock in the other saver, that with lung, direct lung, posting it. And it's on top of a Dacus flask, Abstract Mods flask. But this is, Jeffrey's vintage vape down by the bed. Fucking awesome. My fucking awesome, because on my screen it just said, your internet is unstable. And I thought, oh, cheers. That's what I need. I'm drinking ginger beer, Krabby's ginger beer, so it's got booze in it. Subjects at school. It's quite difficult because so you only want me to do the ones that were choices.
Yeah, what would your choices be if you did it all over again?
I'd still do drama out of the arts. I really enjoy doing that. I would. Everyone's in shock now, going, "I did drama."
No.
Nobody's in shock.
No one's in shock. No one's in shock at that one. I did do drama. I picked humanities social science for my humanities, and I realise now I should have picked geography. That would have been a better one to do.
How would geography have helped you?
So would it help me more than social science? Social science was effectively politics.
I think politics helps you a lot more than knowing where Guatemala is.
Well, that's not geography, but there's you do a lot with it, can't you? My sister's my sister works for Woolworths. Yeah, no, she works for the local government. IKEA, local government.
Bars in between.
Sorry. And her thing's geography. History is a load of shit. It's already written down. Don't write it down twice. Social science was really good. I only got to really choose. They're the only things. I don't know what else what you chose. We didn't get a choice whether because you can
technologies.
IT. No, didn't have IT at school. There was no IT at school. We had a Nimbus and some shitty computers in a computer room. If Simon's watching, he'll be able to put what if he remembers. But you could pick one humanity and art. Oh, well, I think maybe we did it. Maybe I picked. I think it was woodwork. I think you could pick woodwork, cookery, or something else. I put woodwork and fucked it up. I'm sure. I still picked woodwork. So it was good fun, and I would have fucked the others up anyway.
I did woodwork. We didn't call it woodwork. We called it design and realization.
Ooh, it's had a lot of names, hasn't it? That resistant materials.
Did everybody? Did you get to choose more? I don't know what you could choose.
Four. You
got to pick 4. Oh, because we could. I was so happy. Got to dump RE. It was just such a fucking waste of time. PE. I would have fucked that off immediately if somebody had said to me, "What do you want to do for PE?" And it was like, you could do like football, running, fuck all. I would have been fuck all instantly the second it came up. Definitely fuck all. I fucking hate.
PE is a fun one to take, though, in theory, isn't it? I mean, I don't.
You couldn't take it as it wasn't a qualification at school. You just had to do it.
Yeah. I think we were the same. But
no test.
I always enjoyed doing PE. That was
really. And all our teachers, without exception, were paedophiles and maniacs, and they really were. We had the head of our physical education was a pedo. One of the PE teachers threatened to beat me up if he saw me outside school. For what I claim is still a I know, sorry, I'm stretch it, but I'll do you John and Ori really quickly. I'd forgotten my PE kit for the 1000th time because I hadn't really forgotten it. I just want to fucking do this stupid lesson. And the PE teacher asked to see me in his office at the end of school, and he was one of those he was ex-marine, and he always wore a tracksuit, so it was like a shell suit thing. And I went to knocked on his office door. He let me in, told me to sit down, and then he sat on the edge of the desk, already cool, and he said, "Right, John, see, you've forgotten your PE kit again. It's not good, is it?" And I went, "No, sir. Making a bit of a habit of this, forgetting your PE kit." No, sorry, sir. And he said, "What you got to do is pull yourself together. What do you want to do with the rest of your life?" And I said, "What's it got to do with you, sir?" And he said, "What do you mean? What's it got to do with me?" And I said, "You're a PE teacher." He went fucking mental and said if he ever saw me outside of school, he would beat the shit out of me. How I feel that was his own psychological problem with being a fucking PE teacher. And
do you think that you were just perfectly charming, John? Is that what you think? You were just
who gets it? I literally. If you're 35 and you're threatening and you're offering out a 15-year-old, your fucking mind is altered.
I think you were pushing man to the edge, John. I think you were pushing man to the edge.
I got a few teachers trying to beat me up, and I always thought you've lost. That is the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I had a few teachers threatening. You should think about that, John. You should really think about that.
No, they're damaged.
I'm just going to throw this out there and say that those teachers had a long history of teaching, never ever threatened to beat anybody.
I reckon they did,
ever.
and I reckon they actually beat people.
I've never ever threatened to beat anybody.
The fact that it was more than one.
I remember my dad got called in to speak to the head of year, and my dad's thing was, I still remember the teacher said something like, "What?" Explaining what I was like at school, and my dad said, "I see, yeah, the mistake that they've made there is put it at me," and I went, and then when don't show him a weakness. That's he'll just zero in on that. That's not all right to warn them. go. Yeah, he's a bit of a prick. If he knows your first name and you don't like that, he's going to keep saying it. And to be honest, it's a bit your fault. It's not, is it? It's because I was a little shit.
The common thread there, mate, it's all you.
Yes, I will say, if you're a teacher and you threaten to beat up children, you probably need to quit. You are insane.
No, you probably need to seek counselling because at some stage in your life you taught John, and for that we are incredibly sorry.
I was told some years afterwards, somebody said to me, a teacher I bumped into said, you wouldn't even register. Now, you wouldn't register on the bad scale. And I said, really? And then he said, no. We've had 20 assaults on teachers in the school this year. I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah. It doesn't really count. Me, I was just a bit naughty. We stole every coat in the school. That was funny. Or set off a stink bomb, but didn't punch anybody. Anyway, Bradley.
Hello.
How's your week been?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you have for lunch?
Mm-hmm.
What are you vaping? What are you drinking? I'm going to stick with it, I think.
Yeah.
What would you be your choices at school? Have a bit of a school night. School's out.
Week's been good. I'm glad to be back in the...
Blighty?
Yeah, blighty, that's a nice word. I was going to go for the cold English soup, but blighty, I think, sums that up.
I like blighty because it genuinely trivialises something that needs trivialising. It's a tiny, tedious island.
Yeah, it's just to be back in a country where the internet fucking works.
Unless you're on O2.
So what?
Topical.
O2 mobile phone internet is down.
Yeah, no, it's
right.
half back now. We've got it. I've got 3G right now.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure they accidentally employed an African at some stage, and it all fucked up. It wasn't
Ericsson, apparently. It's Ericsson's fault.
Yeah, that's software. Isn't it?
Fucking Danes.
Can't trust them much at all. Oh yeah, week's been good. I'm glad to be back. It's cold. I missed the fucking cold. I damn near melted that side. I am drinking a new beer I found down the bottler. Endpoint IPA. Super, super piney. I like it.
Cool, can.
I am finally vaping something new, which I've been promising for a long fucking time. It's got the same RDA, which is my wife. She replaced my one for me. And I got this.
Mm.
I like it.
What is it?
The whole lot together from a Facebook group. So, damn it, and I had the name. Victor Gonzalez. Victor something or other mod. And I'm really enjoying it. It's a little bit bulkier than I was expecting. 24mm, what's my good?
Yep. What battery?
MM510, 24mm, 18650. But I'm vaping at like 1 ohm, so that should last me about a week. So what I was saying is with a 24mm 510, the one person in this group who detests beauty rings is now market for a 24 to 22 beauty ring.
Yeah.
You need them. You don't know you need them till you need them.
I agree, James, because that just looks gash.
I don't mind it. I think it's good.
No, I hate being able to see the catch
You
cup thing.
Get your lips around it.
Looks like a bowl.
Which way around does it go with beauty rings when you're talking about them? Is it 22 to 24 or 24 to 22 you need?
24 to 22, bottom to top.
Bottom to top.
Yeah. And in there, I've got this from Just Ethnic,
That's the good stuff.
apple and elderflower. I can never remember. I know it's a flower. I've been calling it jasmine all week. From Jeffries.
Are you a fan? You a big fan?
Huh?
You a big fan?
Yes. Yeah, I really am enjoying that.
Apple and elderflower. When I tried, that's the one I tried at Vape Fest, and I thought, that's brilliant.
I've never
That's
tried
the one
them.
me and Rick like as well.
Yes.
It's the only apple flavour that
Have you ever tried elderflower?
I've never tried. What?
Have you ever tried elderflower?
What on its own?
Have you tried? You've never tried elderflower cordial?
The cordial.
No, I just thought it was the flower.
Ah, fuck me! I'll send you some.
I'll pop around to Tesco's when the show's over.
Okay, yeah, it's in the cordials. Our long green bottle. Best with fizzy water, chilled fizzy water.
But now I've got to buy fizzy water too. Okay,
Well,
fizzy
you
water.
can,
like
get it
20.
you can get it in a fancy tonic if you want it with gin.
And
Yeah.
gin. I could do this.
Good. Oh, elderflower. There's nothing more British. Elderflowers and gooseberries. They're the two most British things in the world.
And I think I've answered everything, right? Yeah. On to lunch. No? Yeah, lunch.
Yeah. Lunch.
Lunch, I had sausages. Again. 2 days in a row I've had sausages.
Good man.
My wife's concerned about my heart, and while she was out, I ate sausages.
That's not a euphemism, is it?
We didn't quite have GCSEs in Africa.
No. Or
They
school.
got rid of or school. They got rid of the. Why does my camera look like it's all of a sudden zoomed in on me? That's weird. I'm going to sit over here. They had their own version, similar kind of thing, but the UK doesn't recognise it as a qualification or anything. I did woodwork. I did science. I would have dropped woodwork and taken computers or IT if at that stage in my life I realised I would still be fucking using a computer. Back then, computers were for fucking games, not for everything in life. If I knew I was going to be using one as much, I would have done something with it.
Yeah.
And I probably would have taken. There was an option to take physics. And considering the amount of physics textbooks I've read as an adult out of school, just because I wanted to understand.
That would have been my thing to say, but because it wasn't an option, we had to do physics. But I wish I'd concentrated on physics more, because same as you, I've probably read more on physics since I left school than when I was at school. Yeah.
Between reading it and watching stuff by like Neil deGrasse Tyson and the likes.
Mine's more like Sesame Street, because that ball.
My wife hates it because every time she walks into the TV room, I've got something by Neil deGrasse Tyson streaming on the TV. I can just about quote everything he's ever said. But anyway, we're going to move swiftly along that way. James, darling.
Yeah, it's not the same on the screen. You're pointing at Richard on my screen.
Right.
Doesn't
Well,
matter.
James, wherever you may be.
I'm here. Hello.
You are the lord of the dance, said he.
How's your week been, buddy? What you vaping on? What are you drinking? What did you have for tea? And same question.
Alrighty then. Thank you very, very much, Brad. Lovely to have you back.
Thank you.
My week has been busy. Oh, such a busy week. Saturday, I was on the vaguely vaping related podcast.
The vaguely.
And that was tons of fun, absolutely tons of fun. Excuse me, I've got a little bit of a dripping. I'm sitting loaded with lurgy, so I'm very nasal. That's not my mic. My mic is awesome. My mic is awesome. It's not the mic, it's my face. So that was really good. But it was like 1:15 or something in the morning when we got finished. And then the next day was me boy's birthday, and we had two parties. We had a party for the kids and we had a party for the adults, sort of thing. And I could have done with not being up until 1:30 or whatever in the morning. But it was awesome. We had a hall, we had a bouncy castle, had like loads of kids and then adults, and then all the family came around here. But it went down really well. But it was just terrifying. Having a bouncy castle seemed like an awesome idea. I really liked the idea of having a bouncy castle. But until you get there and you've got 25 kids bouncing on a bouncy castle, and all you're thinking is, how liable am I going to be for damages to these children when the inevitable...
Yeah, you hired it. Did you hire it?
Yeah, we hired it. Yeah.
They're liable then.
It wasn't my own personal bouncy castle.
No, it's their public liability insurance.
Yeah, I tell you what though, it was a churchy hall. They are noisy bouncy castles. They are so noisy. I walked in the door because we went there, right, set up obviously balloons and blah blah blah. Walked in the door, in the church hall, just echoing around. So we had that blaring. So I was like, well, we'll just crank the music a little bit louder to drown it out. And then the kids came in. Oh man, ears were ringing. Ears were absolutely ringing. But it was a brilliant day, absolutely brilliant day. So there was that. So it's been a pretty good week. It's been a pretty good week. My birthday at the weekend. We've got the Christmas tree up. It's like, it's all action stations. I love it. I love December. December is my favourite of all the months. I absolutely. You can shake your head all you like, John. You're not bumming me out about Christmas.
Shit.
Let me tell you, Christmas. It's tradition in our house for Christmas tree to go up before my birthday. Not before James's birthday, but before mine. So in that week between, that's what happens. And I was like, we had the Christmas music on.
So it's when the Christmas tree goes up round our house.
Is that never, John? Is that never?
It does normally probably go up Christmas Eve.
Do you go buy one and then take it to the back and just burn it as an effigy?
I threw it out the window once, but no. We'll get it up on the 24th. My guess is by Boxing Day. We'll see, Richard. I don't know when the tree's going up. By Boxing Day, I normally come downstairs and my wife will be packing all the stuff away and go, yeah, just fuck it. And I'm like, yay, get rid of it.
Not me. I love it. I absolutely.
What a waste of a country cottage.
What we're going to do Christmas? We're doing Christmas here this year, so it will be Christmassy, I promise. Even though we don't like it.
And so it should be, you bar humbug, Scrooge McScrooge. So it's been a busy week. I've been still playing Call of Duty. I tell you what, I watched some good on the telly on Netflix last night though. It's called Bumpin' Mikes. Have you seen? Anybody seen Bumpin' Mikes? It's Jeff Ross. You know Jeff Ross, who does all of the roasts. He's a comedian. He's just mean to people. He's just mean and funny to people. And him and his mate, I can't remember his mate's name, David somebody over there, whatever. It's just a 3-parter on Netflix. It's a Netflix original thing, and it is dead good. It's just him and his mate kind of riffing for half an hour a piece. There's 3 of them. It's an hour and a half worth of funny stuff. It's good. I enjoy that a lot. What am I drinking on? I am drinking on. I've got an Amstel on the go. It's delicious.
Is that party leftovers?
It is a little bit. It's like it's for this week. I'm celebrating all week. You know, when you've got a birthday at one end of the week and a birthday at the other end of the week. That's a week. That's just a week. That's a week, isn't it? That's a week of birthdays. That's a week of. I'm seeing it through. I
assume you're running low on beer if you're on Amstel. I assume everything else is gone.
You're drinking.
I know. I can't even really.
You can no longer take the. I could be drinking Carlsberg and you'd be like, no, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's true.
Thank you.
All right, fairly cool.
So I'm drinking Amstel. I've got other vapes, but I'm not vaping on them at the moment. I'm just vaping on the Sunbox, which is apparently a bit damp there. The Sunbox, the A7, which I've just rebuilt the Viper in there, Viper V2 in there, with a mini whistle on top, and in there is Tobacco Crunch from Concentrate, and it's just chuffing away nicely. I've got other stuff. I'm not vaping. I just vape that all day. That and a Mi Orion. Whenever I leave the house, I have got the Orion with us. I've got the 0.5 ohm pod in the Orion, and it's been champion. The 0.25 was a load of rubbish. It is a top tip for you though. It is a top tip. If you've got an Orion, you've got to fill the pod and wait forever. Otherwise, the wick, you burn it. You call it. It'll be gone. It'll be a fiver down the drain. You leave the top off the pod. The filling top, the little thing. Mm-hmm. Leave it for a minute or two. That's all you need, and it starts equalising. It really, really, really quickly wets your wick. Really, really quickly wets your wick. That's what I did with the 0.5. It took a couple of minutes, whereas I waited an hour with the 0.25. And it was a load of shite.
I'll have two.
That's the thing as well. You get two of the 0.25s in with the kit. You get 1.5, 1.2, and 2.25s. Never mind. I still think they should bring out a 1 ohm version. I think that would be
I agree.
Anyway, so that's where I'm drinking. That's where I'm vaping. I had. Did you ask? I don't remember. But I had sausages for tea. Like you had for lunch. I had sausages for tea. But I did some roast vegetables and some root vegetable mash and a couple of Yorkshire puddings. Wasn't towed in the hole, but if you kind of, it was like deconstructed towed in the hole.
That's nice. Yeah,
it was nice. It was like, because I like towed in the hole, but you never get the full rise there because you've got all the sausages in the way. Never get the full rise. Anyway, if I could choose at school again, I don't know what I would actually choose, but I wouldn't choose any of the ones that I actually chose at the time. I was misled. I feel as though I was really, really badly misled. I took French.
You were up north, wasn't it? It was like pigeon looking after him. Husbandry.
I got a being pigeon looking after, so we'll not have any of that. All right.
Whippet walking.
You didn't get to choose. You didn't get to choose pigeon looking after.
It's fancying, isn't it?
Pigeon fancying. It is.
Yeah, you're a northerner. Okay.
Pretty sure it's fancying.
It is pigeon fancying, but you see somebody like John, and all of a sudden, you're bumming pigeons. You can't say that, so I was just happy to go along with the vernacular that he used.
I suppose you're you'd be kind of coaculating a pigeon, I suppose, rather than.
Is coaculating a word?
I don't know. I think we've just invented it.
That's a good word if it is. Pop that on the group tomorrow. We'll have a competition, see if we use it in the best context. Anyway, so I took French. That was awful. I've used it for like 3 days. I went to Paris for a long weekend. That's all I've ever used it. To be honest with you, didn't even use it there. That was rubbish. But they said, "Oh no, pick French because what'll happen is France from Britain. That's the entry into Europe. If you can't speak French, then you'll never be able to get a job." I was like, Jesus, better take French. I took French. Load of rubbish. I wish I took Spanish. I've been on Spanish holidays loads. I wish I took Italian. I've been to Italy far more than I've been to France. Anyway, So when I took that, I mentioned earlier, I took this thing. I took woodwork, which was called design and realization. You design it, you realize it. It wasn't like that at all. It was fucking woodwork. So there was that. I took economics. Economics because I really liked the economics teacher who was like the deputy head. It was a lovely old fella, and he loved his technology. So it was dead easy to kind of speak. And I did this for 2 years. To speak to him about the latest technology that was coming out and that sort of thing. So I mean, I didn't do particularly well in economics, as you can imagine. And I also took dual science. I don't know why I took this thing called dual science, which was just like the sciences all mixed into one. Whereas what I should have done was, so here's my answer. I should have took physics, biology, and chemistry. And that's what I should have took, but I didn't. I took stupid things. I feel as though I was misled. I was a child, for God's sake. You can't make your own decisions. So that's what I would have done, probably. Yeah, that's me done. So that's everything, isn't that's everything? Okay. Let's go over to John and the news. John,
I think you need to ask Richard.
Richard is not already answered these questions. Oh, he started. Didn't he? Oh, Rich, I am so sorry.
His little face.
I want to say, Richard, you're over here.
No sweat.
I'm sorry, mate. Let's have a look. Richard, so how's your week been? What are you drinking? What are you vaping? I mean, you started the round off, so let's go back to what would you have taken at school and your options? and drinking vaping. What do you have for your tea? No, let's do lunch for you because you're having more interesting lunches. You don't have anything to eat before the show normally. So what do you have for your lunch? And Richard, you.
Okay, week's been good. Okay, not bad. Nothing special. Drinking Guinness. Guinness in there. For lunch, I had an Uncle Ben's rice with chili sauce and grated cheese.
Lovely.
And a packet of Frisps. Frisps?
Yeah.
Frisps. I don't even have.
Sorry, I'm gonna say you've cut out there.
We haven't seen.
John's struggling.
Yeah.
Am I? I thought I was
You're
okay.
all right now. You're back now.
Oh, sorry. I said I haven't seen a pack of Frisps in years. Is what I said.
Yep. Well, they're back.
So I'm guessing Frisps is a conjunction or whatever. What is the F?
It's a crinkle cut crisp.
What's it? Why fur? Why fur?
Because they're fucking crispy.
It is something like that. Yeah, I think it says on the back.
Yeah, fucking crispy. You cunt. That's what it says on the back.
I'm surprised at that. I find that difficult to believe. I am finding that difficult to believe.
It is something like that. So that was lunch. Chris and rice. All the major food groups. What else? Oh, the school thing. I really messed up my options.
Took RE. Art.
RE was mandatory, but you didn't until the GCSE year, and then everyone dropped it unless you really wanted to do the GCSE.
Yeah, same. So, oh no, we got
the final year when no one did RE unless you really wanted to do the paper on it. So that was
Tammy dropped the fucking shit.
So no, that wasn't a problem. But I was in all the sport teams, but I didn't do PE. That was a bit stupid. That would have been an easy A. I did drama. I'd still do that. I didn't do IT, which was really stupid. I had to do the special thing so I could do it at A level, because I just rocked up at college and I was like, "Yep, I want to do computers and that." And they were like, "Well, you didn't do the GCSE," and I was like, "Fuck you."
It was important, but look, I've made a one-man play about it. I really want to do it.
I've made a computer out of Perspex, so let me on. So I got away with that in the end. That all worked out. Everything's worked out in the end. But yeah, bad choices. I did. It sounds like every school had their own science setup, because I specifically chose separate sciences.
No.
But if you didn't do that, you had to do the dual science.
We did dual science, yeah. We had to do dual science, yeah.
Yeah, that was a waste of my time. Yeah. So I should have just condensed those Ds into 2 Ds rather than separating them into 3 Ds. That didn't work out at all. Yeah, so that's all that. That's all that stuff. Vaping tonight.
3 Ds not better than double Ds. Sorry.
It was thinking about things like that cost me my education. There's a line in Teachers, the Andrew Lincoln sitcom, where there's talking to the PE teacher at parents' evening, and a parent comes in and he goes, "So what are you going to do about Casey's grades?" And he goes, "What's wrong with him?" She goes, "Getting mainly C's and D's." And he goes, "I've built an entire career on C's and D's." It's quite good. I like that. And I've done the same thing. So there we go. Vaping tonight on the Squape. The Squape Enduro. I've got a nice build in there. I'm happy with that now. Really enjoying that. I've got my Beta Lagoon on the Bassium. And I've got my Crown 4 and Checkmate kit.
Crown 4.
Which is pretty good. In there I've got Nata.
Lovely.
In here I've got Soda Pop from James Blythe. And in here I've got the elderflower thing that Brad was on about. Loving that. Loving that. And also vaping on the Pico X, which came in the other day. I might talk about that later if there's time. So let's crack on, John. If you can orchestrate the news again this week.
Okay, yes, I will tell you who is.
Oh,
where.
drinking Guinness. I've said that.
You already said that. Okie doke. I'm going to start off with a fantastic news on vaping from the Times. You know the Times, obviously, very important newspaper in the UK. Let's see how many mistakes. The mistakes are vast. So worth a laugh, I reckon. Here we go with the Times. What did they go with? The Times. See if you can count. See if you can bring up the errors as I read them. I'm not going to pay for the full article because it's the Times, and Rupert Murdoch is a fucking zombie and shut. Vaping flavoured sold on Amazon dodge rules to appeal to children. A loophole allows liquids that mimic drinks and sweets to escape tobacco regulations if nicotine is mixed in by the smoker. That's the subheadline. Just think about the words they've used there. A loophole allows liquids that mimic drinks and sweets to escape tobacco regulations if the nicotine is mixed by the smoker. You'd think that would get me worried because it's what we do, but anyway. We'll get there. Electronic cigarette products that resemble children's treats and can contain potentially dangerous chemicals banned under tobacco regulations are being sold on Amazon, a Sunday Times investigation reveals. Another block of shit. If you can take it apart. Shake and vape fluids that mimic fizzy drinks and swizzy and sweet snacks, including Fanta and Krispy Kreme donuts, are designed to be mixed with 1 pound shot of nicotine and vaporized in an e-cigarette, but they escape rules for tobacco and related products as they contain no nicotine themselves. They've put up a I'm not going to show it because it's so stupid, but they've put up some shots. You can imagine, right? They've got one that's called Vape Cola. Same colour as Coca-Cola, writing is very similar. They've got Ken and Kerry's, which is chocolate fudge brownie ice cream, exactly as you expected it. They've got Riddle's Bubble Mint, which looks just like the tree, but just like spearmint bubblegum. They've got Donut King, exactly the same logo as Krispy Kreme. They've got YOLO, which looks like a pack of Polos, and Fantasia, which we all know looks like Fanta. Senior industry figures warn they may contain chemicals banned in e-cigarettes because they escape the rigorous tests required for products containing nicotine. It also means they sidestep a ban on e-cigarette packaging resembling food. There's loads of so much shit in this. It's unbelievable. So
you think at this point it's become such a hot potato and they love talking about it. You think they'd have got some kind of consultant in at this point?
Just anything. A person who works for Trade and Standards would have been quite handy.
If they sent an email out for the company, they would find a vapor.
Yeah. But they would also find Trade and Standards because they're not wrong about infringements, but they're totally wrong about the laws that they contravene. So let's go for the subheadline first. A loophole allows liquids that mimic drinks and sweets to escape tobacco regulations if nicotine is mixed in by the smoker. It's not a tobacco regulation. It's a fucking normal Trade and Standards regulation. It's a food and drinks regulation. If it's not a food and drink, it cannot resemble a food or drink. That's what the fucking regulation is. Fuck all to do with tobacco. Number one, fuck up. Let's go for number two, paragraph number 2. Electronic cigarette products that resemble children's treats and can contain potentially dangerous chemicals banned under tobacco regulations being sold on Amazon, a Sunday Times investigation reveals. So they're saying without adding the nicotine, it's not vaping liquid. That's not how it works. That's absolutely not how it works. They're still banned. It doesn't make any difference. It would still count as 0. All those things that are on the TPD are not in those liquids. I don't give it. The biggest name that they're using is Fantasia. Fantasia, I think it's a totally shit brand. I don't apologise for that. It looks like Fanta. They know it looks like Fanta. They try and make it look as much like Fanta as possible. Has it got any dangerous chemicals in it? Of course it fucking hasn't. It's absolutely every fucking where. Yeah, have they stole the branding? Yeah, but that's a civil case. It's not legal. Let's get The third, including Fanta and Krispy Kreme donuts, are designed to be mixed with 1 pound shots of nicotine and vaporised in the e-cigarette. That's about the most truthful thing they've come up with today. And then they end it with, but they escape rules for tobacco and related products as they contain no nicotine themselves. Absolutely not true. You should go and talk to the IBVTA. They'll tell you that. You'll probably find some of those are some of these companies will be affiliated with one or more of the bodies that govern these things. Vape Cola in the shape of a Coca-Cola, you're fucked anyway. Coca-Cola are one of the most litigious companies in the world. Ken and Kerry's, you're fucking ridiculous. You don't need. That's not illegal. It's civil. You'd be sued out of existence. The one that looks like Wrigley's, fucked. Donut King, fucked. Polo, fucked. Polo, I think, is owned by Nestle. You're absolutely fucked. You don't need to regulate against that because they fuck themselves. That's it. Done. I just think there was a story to be written there, and if they'd have actually done any fucking journalism, they'd have found it. That's not the story.
Yeah.
What a load of shit. Yeah. Thank you very much. And up here in the news, Rich J. Hayes.
Oh, okay. Right. Let me get clicking. Okay, so we have a picture, finally, an official picture from Vicious Ant of the J. Hayes mod that they're doing with Vicious Ant. That he's doing with Vicious Ant. This is J. Hayes' new mod with Vicious Ant. Another review collaboration.
How much is it? £1 million?
It's not going to be cheap. It's not going to be cheap. It's a DNA 75C. It's got that screen on there. I believe it's single cell.
I can't. Sorry, because we have to jump back. I apologize. Sorry.
So there we go. So this is what it looks like. Kind of high end, kind of traditional high endy. I'm not sure if it's one battery or two. Actually, thinking about it. But yeah, that's what it looks like. First official sort of pictures on the Vicious Ant Instagram.
I can't see it because you've not put it in the folder. So
yes, of course. You can click on the old internet.
Yes, I'm just going to watch it.
Yeah. So this is what it looks like. Quite interesting looking. What do you guys think of the looks?
I'm just trying to bring it up.
It looks like a Vicious Ant. Good. Basically, I think his branded isn't too bad. It's kind of reasonably sleek. I like the DNA 75C. I did see this posted earlier in the week, and by Vicious Ant and G or J or whatever. I said J. I want to say J. He was ripping into people who were not liking it. That was.
Oh really?
If it's a good read. He did not seem to take the criticism well. But
where was that?
Fair enough. Pardon?
Where was that? Sorry, on the Instagram.
No, that was on their Facebook group. I believe. I don't really frequent Instagram, but I presume it was on Facebook, but it was on. Vicious Ant's Facebook.
It looks like
maybe it was G or Jai who I need to stick with one who posted the pics. But it was good reading. But I think it's an alright looking device. I think it's not breaking any boundaries. It's $100 or whatever. I think it's
not backward in coming forward.
He's not.
I don't know if many. I don't know if many people who watch J. Hayes will be able to afford it. Just saying.
Well, I don't know. It'll be presumably it'll be probably a limited run.
If Vicious Ant sell fuck all of them, will they put it on eBay?
They have you see, it's the Vicious Ant dislike is very British because obviously it had no impact on the American vaping scene or anything like that.
But they didn't buy it. It's not like it made any odds because they didn't buy it. So it didn't matter. No, they straight out of the game. I joke about Vicious Ant, but they've made some fantastic products as well, especially in the past.
Yeah,
kind of made small drippers. The first ever properly manufactured small dripper was the Vicious Ant.
my first really fancy mech was the Valkyrie. Do you remember that?
Yes, and the Valkyrie had the. It was a. That was. But was that the all-in-one?
Yeah.
And it had the. What was the fucking Atty on the top? That was the Atty, you know, for that dripper.
Yeah.
Like
no one does it anymore, but the RDA was built in to the tube, so you just that was what you got. And it's very hard to test resistance and things looking back now, but different times. But it was a pretty mech.
Yeah, it was good. It was a real good look. You're right. The secret of not gone. The people's perception of them seems to have gone vastly downhill in the last couple of years. I started.
You say that, but the Spade has done very well for them.
It seems to be alright. It seems to be alright. It's been. Although they have had some QC issues, I think. But yeah, I don't know how they've dealt with that.
The new mod looks like if Vicious Amp designed the melody, that's what they've come up with. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Fair enough.
I thought it was nice to finally get some pictures after all the teasing. Thought I'd stick them up here, and we'll keep an eye on that. I don't know. I don't think they'll be properly available out there. I think it'd be mainly as Patreons that end up with it, but pretty cool. What's next, John?
Oh, next up, it is James.
It is. This is the talk of the town. Well, certainly in my circle, the talk of the town. This is the 50/50 by Limelight Mechanics. I've got some picks there already.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Keep going. Open us up.
Been in a few groups. This it is the new 18350 model. We've seen a few sort of similar things to this, kind of 3D printed and that sort of thing in the last few months. I think somebody came up with the idea. And I've seen a couple of different orientations, but this is I think the finely polished version of an 18350 complete, which takes a Pollocks Burra tank. So I'll give you some details. It's an 18350. It's 50 mils by 50 mils. That's 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. This is tiny. This is absolutely tiny. 21 millimeters thick. It's got the RAM module built in. Remember, I've spoken about the RAM. I'm sure lots of people are fully aware of the RAM. It's Limelight Mechanics' own board. You know, they've had a few problems with juice leaking into the previous things on the glooms and that sort of thing, the freehands. So they developed the RAM, which is a waterproof module, and it is this comes straight from there. It's washable. It's a washable mod. You can. I mean, you probably kind of put it in the dishwasher. You might be able to put it in the dishwasher. It's because there's no wires in the device. The chip itself is completely sealed off, so you've got no worries about juice leaking anywhere. Because you know you can have some occasional difficulties with barrels, with the gaskets on barrels leaking, or you're not being pushed up properly, or the seals at the top or the bottom. That's going to be absolutely no difference at all because the whole thing is waterproof. It's 3-click on and off. It's Burra tank compatible. You don't get the Burra included. You've got to provide your own Burra tank, so you've got to make sure you've got one of those. And it is €140 shipped with fees, excluding the Burra tank and including the tip. So I'll put some pictures there. I mean, look at it.
Got the pictures up.
It's such a bonny little thing. You're going to be bringing out various doors. You know, Limelight have done some great accessories in the past. Not just the buttons in the last couple of years. You can get a ton of button options for the freehand. Before that, there was some great doors. I can't remember the name of them more now off the top of my head. The big square one with the 2 doors on either side. You'll get slate and you'll get various wood panels and all sorts of really groovy things. We're going to do the same sort of thing here with the 50/50.
I think it's really clever. I think it's really smart, really pretty. But how small do you need your mod to be?
It is. I mean,
could it not just be 18500?
Well, here's the thing, though. The sensible thing is 18350 because 18350s and 18650s are great. 18500s, they're pretty much. There's no real difference between a good 18350 and just a run of the mill
Yeah,
18
that's true.
to be honest with you.
Because there's not been much. I agree. They've not really been.
Yeah, it's never been a popular battery with torches, so it's never been developed on.
Yeah, whereas the 350 and the 18 and the 650 both getting just in my vaping lifetime, the last 5 years, the technology has increased quite a bit.
But even if it was that tall,
I know what you're saying. But the thing is, though, Rich, we've already got them.
well,
And this here,
yeah, but it'd still be so much smaller than a billet box.
but we've already got them. We've got squonkers and that sort of thing. We've already got them sort of things, and it wouldn't be that much smaller than a billet box. It wouldn't be that much
Well, there's
smaller.
no board, is there? There's no like proper board with a screen and buttons and
The
stuff.
boards.
No, there's but if you think about the width of a battery and then the width of a burra, it's not going to get much. I think the whole point is you got to remember you can get an 18350, which is 5 to 10 amps, and it is 1200 milliamps.
Man,
Now that is equally as good as the vast. In fact, it's better than the vast majority of that I'm aware of pod systems out there. This is as small as a pod system. You can put a rebuildable in there because there's plenty of rebuildables available.
I do. I think it's a great little thing, but unless you've already got a billet box, no one's going to. You're not going to invest, are you? It's not. You wouldn't, but think.
People will. People. No. I disagree there. I mean, if you want to see if you have a billet box, you're going to buy one of these. I totally disagree. People are going to be buying barras just to get one of these.
You'd want to, but you got to buy. Right. So, say you wanted, say you wanted a vape shell. You wanted a vape shell, a burrow tank, and that you're going to be 270 quid in.
Yep.
Fucking nuts. Then that's nuts.
That doesn't bother people. That doesn't bother people.
Yeah, I think that's nuts. But I think it's a great little. If it was me, I'd definitely have one. If I go on a holiday with, fucking awesome.
I think that thing looks too awesome.
I think it looks great. I just don't think you'd buy independent of anything else. I could be completely fucking wrong. No idea.
So, sorry, Brad. Did you not like it?
No, I did.
Oh, sorry. You did. Sorry, I wasn't sure. You said that you thought you think it looked awesome. Yeah, I think the styling's great. Limelight. I think everything Limelight do is super sexy. I love the look of it. It's minuscule. I think people will. Now, not everybody. I think if you like you say, John, if you've got a burra already or a spare burra or a burra in your billet box, it's a no-brainer. Spend another 100 quid, get one of them, bish bash bosh. You've got a tiny little device in your pocket to replace a pod. I mean, you've got to remember it's not much more than pod prices when you think about the Orion, which is list prices is 70 quid. What did I say this was? It is a little bit more. I mean, it's 140 euros.
It's the fact you've got to add the ATI and the tank. That's what I mean.
I still think there'll be plenty out there.
Again,
them two things.
I'd have taken it to Italy. Definitely.
I can tell you now.
Yeah.
Or independent, and you'd go and buy a borrow tank, and you'd go and buy an ATI.
Yeah.
Okay.
For that size and form factor, for throwing it in my pocket, I really like something fucking small that does the job.
It's tiny, 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. It's minuscule. It's minuscule. Top pocket, jeans pocket, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's next.
That's a 50-50 by Lineup Mechanics. Next, we are looking at Rich. Yeah, you want to have a look at the new iStick?
Oh, okay. Yep. So I thought I might start just doing the latest vape mail each week, just whatever comes in latest. I'll just give a quick look on the show, and this just came in. This is the new iStick Pico X, the eLeaf iStick Pico X, and we've got a lot of Pico fans in the group historically, and this is definitely the smallest one they've done. The length here is literally an 18650.
It seems to have gone back to the original styling.
Yeah, very much so. Top cap here, battery literally comes up to the top of there. It's got the Milo 4 tank on top, which was a very popular tank of theirs, now with mesh coils. Super simple screen. They've kept everything the same as as they do. It's always been their buttons underneath. The classic sort of iStick thing. A little micro USB, but obviously you can just switch out the batteries like that. The main difference is it's the smallest one they've done. I think it's the smallest one they've done. But it's also like this rubbery plastic, really lightweight thing that a lot of people are doing now.
Thrown at the wall.
It's sturdy. It's really sturdy. It's just it's very light. It's very lightweight. The Tesla Wii was like the first one to be like this, but like even Joytech are doing it now. So yeah, it's like a plasticky thing. 50-watt SiMaT with this mesh, but all the old Milo coils still work. Cloudy pocket, out and about work type vape.
Yeah, it's what the Pico was.
Classic,
Sturdy.
very E-leaf, isn't it? No nonsense.
It looks like it's got some angles. Like, the way it's catching the light there, it doesn't look as though it's completely just.
Yeah, it's quite chunky. It's got a sort of chunky sort of feel to it now. It's got more going on than just your classic. It's got sort of a hand feel.
Yeah, it looks groovy. And the thing is, they are so. I'm going to touch wood here. They're so reliable that you can kick them about and.
Yeah,
and they seem to go on for years. You see people having them literally for a couple of years at a time.
Yeah, of all these sort of companies, they seem to have the best track record for that E-leaf.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same board they've been used for over a year. So, it's a tried and tested board. There's not much to go wrong. Pocket friendly, handy. I think it's quite. I don't know. If you just need a work beater, I think E-leaf's probably a good shout. And the latest iStick off the line. I think they're a bit like Inikin in as much that they don't get a lot of press, because when they bring something out, it's not spectacularly different each time. Like Inikin do like the MPV, the MPV2, the MPV3, MPV4, and they are what they are. But obviously that doesn't catch the social media thing and the YouTube thing. But if you're just a day-to-day typical vapor, I think pretty solid.
A workhorse.
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
So.
Sure.
Nice.
James.
So we go.
Oh, was it me? Oh, right. Yeah. This is not a new. This is something that this came up on one of the American groups that I'm on, and I don't know if this is new. I don't know if this is old. I checked it out. I'd say it's cheap. It's cheap. It's cheerful. It's unusual. It's nothing that I've seen before. This is an electronic cigarette.
Is this a picture thing, James?
Yes, there should be 4 pictures. It's an unusual shaped electronic cigarette.
Sorry.
Yeah. This is $15. This is a $15 electronic cigarette, and I saw it and I thought, is that awful or is that awesome? And I couldn't decide if it was awful or awesome. And I thought I'll put it on. No. I'll put it on the show. We'll see what people think, because it's not just down to us. Got to remember, this is $15, not 15 quid. It's $15 delivered on the first night that I came up with, and it's called an electronic cigarette. It's got a built-in charger battery. It looks like a Les Paul. It's a Les Paul shape.
It does not. It doesn't. Oh, God, it's fucking awful.
It is you know what? I've got a picture that proves it looks.
I saw it. Yeah. That doesn't mean it looks like a Les Paul. It looks like fucking arsehole.
I mean, I think you even get the. I think I'm not entirely sure, but I think you might even get that tank included there. That
look at it. Look at the fucking gap.
Tiny bit of overhang there.
Yeah. I think that comes included. You could disregard that. Now, I'll give you some details on this.
Coming from the captain of beauty rings, and disregard the gap.
Yeah. Because you're not going to necessarily use that. You're going to put something nice on the top. You know what I mean? You're going to put your nice atties on.
You're going to wedge that. Just hold it. It doesn't matter what you got on the end when you just prop
I'm not entirely sure what the size at the top there. If that's a 22mm atty on there, I'm not sure whether it is or isn't. So when we're looking at maybe an 18 ml tank, we're going to need to make this look really, really fancy. As well as
we got the puns are coming in thick and fast. Dino reckons it vapes very well with the Clapton coil.
Oh, you've beat us to it. I was going to mention the Clapton. Anyway, so
if you're going to coil it, you want to use slow hands. If you're doing
very good, very, very good. Okay, let us tell you about it though. This is a $15. It's a $15 setup. It's got a lithium-ion battery in there. It's got 1,050 milliamps. I wouldn't necessarily believe that. Power consumption 30 to 50 watts. Now it does say that it's got an LED screen, but that LED screen, I'm not entirely sure whether that's
a sticker.
Yeah, I think that's just a see-through sticker with some LEDs behind it, and you can pick 30, 40, or 50 watts.
Fucking hell, that's a bit of a leap, isn't it?
Yeah. So in the box you're going to get, so it's power consumption 30 to 50 watts, full set of accessories, box manual, charging cable, lighter and smaller outsourcing size, easy to carry with your pocket or carry-on bag. And it's available from your local.
I love the idea of tuning it to your taste, like Mark.
$15.
Take a drag at $30.
$15. No strings attached.
No strings attached. Boom. It's all right. I saw it. It made us laugh. I liked it.
I could get a tune out of it.
For another show, you know it works. Next we have.
If it was rubbish, you could smash it.
Yeah, you totally could in a kind of 80s punk kind of way. That'd be awesome. Wouldn't that be awesome?
You have to buy the amp separately.
There's almost nothing not to like about that.
Get one, James. Get one.
It's me, isn't it? Next up,
I'm going to get ordering this evening.
Oh, get one, Joe, and then because you're the only person with atomizers that'll fit.
But we'll have to be dripping in them tiny anties.
Oh yeah.
You'd have to test it. Go take a drag. Oh, not enough flavour there. I know what I'll do. I'll just go up 10 watts.
Yep.
It's not the first mod to do that.
It's not.
Fucking hell. It is in the last 10 years, probably. Fuck me, that's a lot.
Good.
Right.
Good. Next one. Go on.
Mate. This is from the Vaping Post. So we know it's going to be on our side, but I don't care. It's quite a good article, actually. UK Health Group recognises vape shops as contributors to health. So that's quite good. A new report by the Royal Society for Public Health, which measures the healthiness of shops on the high street, ranks vape shops as healthy since they promote smoking cessation. RSPH developed a Richter scale of health to rank the impact of different outlets on health and the potential cumulative effect these outlets could have on a local population. Then they ranked high streets in terms of the 10 healthiest and unhealthiest in the UK, as well as in London. The report listed vape shops amongst outlets that promote health. Therefore, high streets that had vape shops among their retail outlets were ranked amongst the healthiest. As vape shops contribute heavily to the public profile of e-cigarettes, they are ideally placed to play a central role in their promotion towards smokers who want to quit but have not yet tried vaping. A little quote here from the IBVTA as well. The IBVTA welcomes the RSPH report as vape shops. The IBVTA has welcomed the report and the recommendations it contains. The RSPH say that vape shops should ensure that all customers who smoke are aware of their local stop smoking service. Additionally, they call on Facebook and Google to provide discounted advertising opportunities to local independent health promoting businesses. And this is the first bit. This is the quote from the RBVTA. The high street vape shop is now firmly at the front line in getting smokers off smoking by switching them to vaping. So we warmly welcome the positive ranking that the RSPH places on vape shops in their report. We would also echo their calls for better support for vape businesses from councils. However, strict advertising rules prevent the full promotion of vaping, which could yield even better public health results if only it were possible to utilise social media and other traditional advertising outlets, said IBVTA Chief Executive Gillian Golan. yes, I thought I was quite a good little article.
Yeah, that's positive. That's good.
Yeah, and saying, well, fuck it out. We know that it's all about social media. Yet, see, I don't know how many people know that. You see, so I have a friend who runs a clothing company, and he uses Facebook to advertise his wares, and uses tags and stuff and links and jumps into the shop, and he can use pay Facebook to make sure that the right people see that advert. If you own a vape company, you can't do that because you fall under the tobacco rules. So we're actually pinned. You can't promote it the way that anybody else could.
Yeah, it's a restricted thing, isn't it?
It's a bit of a load of bollocks.
I really like the article.
It's tricky, isn't it?
I think we're so used to seeing negative articles that when I started reading that article, I was pessimistic to begin with. I was waiting for them to slate vaping, and all of a sudden it's all positive about vaping, and we're going at targeting what irritates all of us about it. Why can't it be promoted to everyone? I really like it.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm not going to name them. I showed the crew. I decided not to talk about it tonight, but I did see what a vaping company put an advert out this Christmas. If you've seen it, or you'll probably know what I'm talking about. It is not, in my humble opinion, I think they've gone the complete wrong way. I think that is the exact type of advertising that is only going to get you in trouble. And they've gone for a health aspect. I'm going to go like that. And it's one of the big companies. And I think they've gone wrong first. I think that's not the correct way to go with it. I think you could promote it in a very different way. We don't need to go down the road of cancer research. In my opinion.
Yep.
Anyway, who's next? Who's coming with me again? Oh, James.
Oh, are you muted, James?
Oh, you're muted. You're muted, James. You're muted. It's building up.
It is me. Hey. It is me. Yes, it was me. I nipped up to turn the heat down. It's like 1,000 degrees now.
I did that earlier. Oh,
yeah. So warm. Yes, I've got one more thing. This is something that would have probably been had Rick been here. This probably would have been on his but there's no Rick, so there's none of that. So what I'm going to do is do we have a pick, Rich?
Oh, okay.
We do. We have a pick. So this is something from a group. I'm not sure if this has been on the Mod Maker on the Mod Maker Facebook page, but this is Herbie McCubbin's latest mod. Have you all seen this?
You're a naughty. I haven't seen it until now. I've seen. I can see the picture you put up by.
Well, here's the thing. I did have the original picture, but I've had to kind of blur out the original picture a little bit because I don't think that YouTube's terms and conditions will allow us to show the actual real mod due to the fact that it's
a bit saucy, isn't it?
It's a little bit rude. It's a little bit rude. But I'm sure there's some people out there, especially ladies or men who like that sort of thing. So it's an 18650, I believe. However, if you caress it, it becomes a dual 18650.
Well, it's cold, is it? An 18350.
It's in the cold. It's in medium temperature, 18500. What should we call it? Telescopic. It's a telescopic wooden.
It's a grower, not a shower, James.
I think it is. So I haven't got a massive amount of information on it at the minute. I think it's a work in progress. And that's from Herbie. That's from Infinity Homo. That's on that group there. If you're interested, then check it out on there.
Infinity Homes.
Infinity Homo. Yep. Have a little have a little look and get yourself a knob mod. Hey! Now, there is a backstory as well. There is a backstory here that Herbie thought I had posted up a GIF that was insinuating that this was a sausage, and I absolutely did, but not a sausage as in a snide. A sausage as a knob, Herbie. It looks like a dick. It looks like your latest mod looks just like a penis, and that's all it was. That's all it was. So there was a bit of banter. Having said that though, there is obviously the Chris, the Chris Burks. What's it called? Chris Burks. Is that what he's called?
You've lost me.
Chris Burks. Yeah.
Chris,
affordable mods.
Yeah, affordable mods. Yeah, I mean he's made a penis mod before, and so. But
to be honest, that was some of his best work.
But Herbie, that's not what I was insinuating. I wasn't saying it was a copy of Chris Burks' penis mod. I just that looks like a dick. It looks like a dick, mate. Looks like. Okay.
I think any confusion is gone.
Excellent.
Now we all know what your knob looks like.
Green.
It's got a bell end and everything. It looks
green, and it's got a silver bit in the middle.
John, over to you, John.
You can't even set me up with that. I didn't even see it. Fucking knob. So the news was, it was really weird. Last week I couldn't say anything because we were right on the edge of the thing. But on Friday last week, Mrs. John and I bought Just That Nick. And it became ours. So I used to be the operations manager of Just That Nick. Now I'm one of the owners of Just That Nick.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. I'm really looking forward to doing this. But by the way, I was just going to say two things. We're trying to build up stocks at the moment because some of the things have got quite low. But we do know that, and we've got lots. We've got Black Box on the way. I ordered that before we took over, so I'd already knew. So that was already kind of getting going. Cactus Punch, I spoke to Mark the other day, and we've got a restock of Cactus Punch. We've got a restock of Jackie, Brad, and we've got the two new ones, Cactus Custard and Cactus Zing.
I really like that custard one.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Someone said, "Is it like this one?" I said, "No." It's like, no. My explanation was Umbungo milkshake. That's why. So that's that, and then we'll just keep knocking them out and keep getting more and more stuff.
For the customer though, business as usual.
Business as usual. We bought the site, so everything's exactly the same. You won't notice. Hopefully, you notice any difference. It works exactly the same as it did before. I ran it before, but now I run it and own it. Hopefully there'll never be any interruptions. We've got an offer on tomorrow. Due to the day one RDAs release, I had a word with Dean at Coil Vapes yesterday, who it was the day one was a project of his, and who's the other company? James will help me out here.
Dave was involved, wasn't he?
Sorry, I wasn't.
This one, Dean, and this one, and the day one RDA. Who's
on Mission 15.
Mission 15. So Mission 15 and Dean. They're coming and they're on their way, and so I thought, I know what we'll do. We'll do an offer on this one, that one, them two, this one funnel cake, and this one reserve. Tomorrow I'm going to put a code up that will give you 10% off the concentrates. If you follow the Just That Nick Facebook page, you can get 10% off the concentrates, and we're going to do 10% off the kit. But there's something quite complicated. Oh, sorry to bore the crap out of people, but I'll do it as quickly as I can. It is illegal to discount nicotine-containing e-liquid. So what I'm going to do is reduce the price, the base price of the kit. So the base price is the 0 milligram kit. So I'm going to take 10% off that. And when you add the nicotine on, the increment change is going to be the same as it was, but for the base kit, you'll have paid 10% less. So you're still going to end up with that saving. I know lots of people probably say, oh yeah, you can just do, I know absolutely that we could just do 10% off totally, but, and other people do it. I don't want to break the law, so I'm not going to break the law. That's that. But the concentrate is going to be it's just going to be a code. This is going to start at 4 p.m. tomorrow and on Friday, 4 p.m. Friday, and finish on Sunday evening at midnight. Sunday.
And what's the code? You have to wait and find out.
I can tell you it now. It's going to be day one, as in the new, but it's capital D A Y, capital W O N, day one.
Okay, cool. A lot of people are asking about Railcracker as well, John.
I'll give you 10% off. We're working on that. That's the complication. I can go through Railcracker now. Now the good thing is I don't have to check if I can be honest, because I can be really honest. Zach, who originally made Railcracker, absolutely fantastic guy. I've known Zach for a really long time and talked to him on Hangouts and stuff like that. What happened was, the reason we bought it and we said we're going to sell it through and never sell it again, the actual reason for that was because he'd sold the recipe. So he sold me everything he could, and then he sold the recipe. And then what happened? He got stitched up by the company who bought it. But they didn't buy it. But he's now working with somebody else, and they're trying to get him back where Zach was. So I've been talking to Zach all the way through this, and his new distributor, whose name has jumped out of my head as the most lefty American I've ever met in my entire life, is his distributor. And we're going to sort it, because I do people really want the Railman back, and we will get the Railman back.
Cool. Good times.
Yes, because Railman's back in the US now already, and we hope to follow that. So thank you for all the kind words. Everybody's been really, really nice, and thank you for the orders. Keep ordering, and we'll keep doing what we do.
Awesome. So is it Shredder first or Travar?
Shredder. It's up to them. Fight!
We can have a Shredder first if you like.
Come on, shred, Brad, shred.
I'm going to plead the fifth. I have no organizational control over what was chosen for Shredders today. It was entirely organized by chat because I was busy doing other real life shit. So, thanks to chat,
was it chat or was it Facebook?
Both. Both.
I'm worried now.
Oh, you should be. It's gone. It's still 66% vape related. There's one item which I've just put in the middle, which is not vape related. Option number one is hyped cotton. So not necessarily this brand, which I've never seen before, but any goddamn hyped cotton. Oh shit! It's literally on your desk.
Right, got some hyped cotton. Just pulled it out of there.
It was a Firebolt cotton.
Where's this from, Rich?
Vapefly.
Ah. Yes, James has a bag of cotton.
Comes with a shoelace. Comes with a shoelace thing and everything.
Okay, well that's cool, but we're not hyping it because that would be bad.
It's just cotton.
It's just cotton. Like, who the fuck hypes cotton? Really?
Oh, I fell for that cotton hype before. I've had cotton from all over the world. It's like, oh, it's the new bit. I'm like, oh, all right, then I'll have some of that.
I think it's a good one to put in.
The second
not
option,
necessarily in the shredder, but in the mix.
Yeah, the second option, and this comes from, I'll say his name. This comes from Paul. It was his recommendation, Mr. Ibbison. Brexit. Why not get political?
Hang on, though. If by putting that in the shredder, are we voting to remain?
All right, of course.
Right.
Oh.
And this was requested the most by chat throughout the entire show. And I think some of you might recognize it.
No way, dude! Not $15 guitar shipboard. Oh my goodness.
The Les Paul was requested quite strongly by chat.
Let me get on Gear Best immediately.
You
Buy
start
it before it's
chatting.
shredded.
And I'm going to start with Richard. Your vote, please.
Okay. This is big. This is big. I quite like the guitar mod.
Ooh, okay. You can go.
I quite like Brexit.
You like Brexit? I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
I really
This
like
is why we
Brexit.
never
I
bring
love
this into
Brexit.
politics in.
Well, I kind of just I don't mind Brexit. I don't have a. I'm not
Okay.
passionately.
You're a
asked.
neutral observer.
The cotton thing. Now, what I will say is there is bad cotton.
There is.
There is bad cotton,
Yeah.
but there is not good cotton,
Yeah, 100%.
and so therefore no cotton should be hyped, and therefore I will put my vote on shredding the hype cotton.
Okay. Jonathan, darling.
Yes. I'm with Richard, by the way. So I'm on with Richard on Brexit. So don't even bring it. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it so much. I really do.
I don't love it.
How could you have got it? How could you have got so many people interested in politics? It's impossible. Or the only way to do it is to throw it into absolute fucking all-out turmoil, and that is exactly what you've got. And the only thing we've got the most forgettable prime minister since John Major at the moment, and she can't even fuck Edwina Curry, so she's got no chance of being remembered. She's just going to fuck off into oblivion, and then it's going to.
John Major was a saint. Wash your mouth.
He was, but you don't know. for one reason, which gets really ignored, though. Actually, he shouldn't be famous for fucking Edwina Curry. I totally agree. He should be famous for the Northern Ireland Agreement. That should definitely be why he's famous. But
absolute ledge.
But he isn't famous for that. He's famous for sticking his dick in Edwina Curry, which nobody wants to do. And
I take it for you, it's between these two.
It is. The trouble I've got, there is such thing as shit cotton, and Rich is quite right. That and my thing is, I can do it. I think I've got some here. I have some cotton here that's not hype. It's just cotton. This is a piece of cotton. It's probably Muji, to be honest. This is it. If this was a pack of cotton bacon V2, which is what I normally use, I could just open it, get a bit out, nip the end, pull it through, done. Yeah? Totally done. With this shit, I've got to just get this, pull this shit off, pull off this bit. Just getting this off because we don't want this for some reason.
Peel the skin off like it's a freaking fish.
So it's been decided that we don't want that bit. No, we don't want that bit. We've got to do that. We've got to get rid of this.
I know what you're getting at. And I think
it's ready to go. I don't care. Do you know what? I'll pay an extra couple of quid for the convenience of not having to do that. And not only that, I probably buy. I don't. The way I vape, a pack of cotton bacon V2 lasts me perhaps 6 months.
Yeah, it lasts forever.
So for what is it? $3.50?
I don't know when I bought this. It's been in my drawer forever.
I'm not bothered. So it's got to be the guitar thing, just by default.
Okay. James, darling.
Boo you, John. Boo you. Okay,
we'll be fighting John in the car park later.
Yeah. I brought the guitar to the table. I'm not going to possibly vote for the guitar. And there's no way I'll vote for the guitar. It's a
We put the guitar on the table. We're not voting for the guitar.
There is a massive possibility that guitar could get some guitar person not smoking cigarettes. So if you're putting that in there, then you're probably an evil person. I'll just see it straight off there.
I'll take it. I know I'm evil. I'm okay with it.
You don't want people to stop smoking. You don't want people to stop smoking. You don't want guitarists to stop smoking. Now, there is an argument there because guitarists and smoking is good. Anyway, I'm not putting that in there. Brexit. I don't want to talk about politics. I'd like to see a nice. People saying soft Brexit, hard Brexit. I'd like to see maybe a chewy Brexit, or maybe a salted caramel Brexit.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying chewy Brexit now.
Yeah, I'd like to see a chewy Brexit. Anyway, cotton. There is definitely hype. Cotton is ridiculous. I've been caught in the hype loads of times. I was cotton bacon for many years, thinking cotton bacon is the boy. But to be honest with you, I re-wick nearly every single day. I re-wick at least one every single day, I would say. And I go through cotton bacon. I really go through cotton bacon. And I went to a local vape shop about a year ago, about eight or 10 months ago, whatever, at the start of the year, near the start of the year. And I went, "Have you got?" And they had a big sign in the window saying cotton bacon. It's pasted onto their window. Cotton bacon is one of the logos, Joytech, cotton bacon. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'll get some cotton bacon in there. I'll pay a £5 and I get it because it's a £5. It's not £3, John. I know you don't know how much.
No, it's £3. Oh, don't really pay for it.
It's not. It's a £5. So I'll go pay me £5 in there. And anyway, the fellow went, "We haven't got cotton bacon. We've got this stuff. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same." And let us tell you, it's called cotton clouds or some shit like that. I tell you what, it was nothing like it. It was nothing like it. It was much worse than the stuff you buy from Superdrug or Wilkinson's or whatever Boots. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. When I was at Vape Fest, I was like, I'll get some cotton bacon. I want to try the new version of cotton bacon. I'll get some there. Not a single vendor at Vape Fest had cotton bacon for me to buy. So I was like, I'm sick of this. I want to buy some Muji. Loads of people like Muji. You get that bag there. That bag is like, it's got the price on it. The bag, it's £3.50 for this big bag. Now I've had this 6 months or something like that, 4 months. Look at all since before VFS. I bought it before VFS. I'm pretty sure. Look at all of the and I've given some of this away. Look at all that's left. Look, that's £3.50.
The grandchildren are going to be vaping from that bag.
Yeah, and absorbs super quick. But I'm not. That's a different argument. Hype cotton for me. Hype cotton. Like I say, I bought it from Finland, Japan. I've bought them tiny little packs of what is just Muji from that dude.
That's 2-1. That's 2-1, Brad. What are you doing?
I will agree. I don't like that Hawaiian cotton thing. No.
I will have to say, as much as I love a fucking political all-out argument, this isn't the place. To be honest, I'd rather fucking shred the shit out of anything hype. If it's got a capital fucking
We're not
H in it.
dismissing vaping cotton as such. It's the hype.
No, it's got nothing to do with vaping cotton or any particular brand of cotton.
Absolutely, cotton is awesome.
It's just the hype. And I tried choosing a nondescript cotton that no one would have.
I think it was real.
And then you end up having it on your damn desk.
Because it's so hyped. So hyped. Just
Say bye.
hype.
Say bye-bye.
Cheerio, hype cotton. We won't miss you.
Yeah.
And there we go.
It's the hype. It's the hype. It's the idea that that's better than bacon, or bacon's better than fuzz, or fuzz is better than cotton clouds.
It all fucking wicks. It all fucking burns. I only re-wick once every 3 goddamn weeks because the more burnt it gets, the more flavour I get out of it anyway.
All true. Is it Travava?
It's got to be Travava.
And we're at.
Are we keeping with the 20-second intervals?
Oh no, let's reduce, because I'll be honest with you, there's some I don't know what they are, so I want to talk about them. I don't know what to do. Do we need more time to talk? Because there's some I'm like, why is that a Travava? But I've included it because people have liked it. Here's the thing: I don't know everything about vaping. I know most things. Of course I do. Of course, I wouldn't be on here otherwise. But some of them I've got no idea what they are. So go for 20. Go on, go for 20.
Right, let's do it.
I was starting in. Are we alphabetical?
We're on. Go.
Okay.
We're looking at a bottle of spirit.
Spiritus.
Yeah, what's this? Spiritus? What is this? Any idea? This is the first one. This is.
No, I think I did see it.
100 ml.
Rectified spirit. No, 95%. No. Goes to the forest spirit. No.
We're on to the next one already.
Rectifico one.
We're looking at
next
a
one.
custard tart.
Yeah, custard top. Oh, it's from Barry Miller. Of course. We get these quite regular, but it's not, or isn't it? It's a custard top.
No, so yeah.
We all like it. And he's took the time to take a photo and send it in. We
Okay, I like the fact he had it.
put it on the show.
I like
from
that he
Barry
observed
Miller.
Rule 4. We're on the next one. It's a license.
Oh, this
plate.
one is my favourite. This is my favourite one. Is this from Barry Miller again?
Oh, that is pretty fucking good. I didn't
It's
see
good,
that.
isn't it? It's German this one.
German, this one, loving it.
This
They did
one.
amazing.
I'm gonna nick that picture afterwards.
This
and
one.
send it to
I
you.
don't blame you.
Love that.
This one.
Oh, next. First
Kieran
hashtag kebab in
McBride.
space.
I'm not sure if we already had this one last week because I can't see them. I mean, memory is. I drink beer.
No, we didn't have that one. Yeah, we did.
Oh, right, so it's Trivatar in space. It looks a bit like it. Some of them pictures from Mars are just outstanding. Absolutely, I've seen a few good memes, including one of them where the window where it looks like Carl Cox's DJ. That's a brilliant meme. It's on Worst Techno Memes Facebook group. Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Next one is from
Ape Man.
David Childs. Is that right? Ape Man, it's the Ape Man, yeah.
Didn't understand this
What's
one.
Ape Man? I didn't get it.
Oh, we're on to the next one. Mod Podge.
Oh, sorry. The Ape Man looked a bit like a Mod Podge. Oh, Mod Podge. That was a good one.
That's what my wife uses Mod Podge to do. It's what is it?
Paint?
No, it's glue for material.
Ah.
It's got a good name. It's got a really good name, Mod Podge. That's from David Mottram. Thanks very much. Next one is
A
Dave
modern
Feeney.
idea.
Modern debate, but it's fine
Fine.
heels.
Oh,
With the
fine.
Y, it's fine heels. That's what I presume it is anyway. 318.
Yeah.
That's kind of daytime beer, I suspect. 318. Nice. From fine.
Very nice.
Next one is
Wait, are we on the next one, Richard?
Oh, yeah. Bonza.
Derry Murphy. It's the Bonza. I'm sure you all know what the Bonza is.
The Bogan's Atomizer.
The Bogan's Atomizer, absolutely, but it's also Bonza put. It's an app. I think it's an app. Is it an app? I'm not sure.
And it's an Australian colloquialism, isn't it?
Or something.
Good.
Yeah,
know.
but in this case, it sounds like an addictive puzzle.
I've
We've
just
got another one now. It's an Instagram picture of
From Fizz. Yeah. This is. It looks a bit like a mod.
It looks a little bit like a mod.
It looks a bit like a mod lying outside. It could be a mod. I'm not sure. That's from Fizz.
Reach.
It's a reach.
It's a bit
That is a bit
reachy.
of a reach. Bit reachy.
This is a reach as well. Here we go.
This is literally just a man with a beard.
This is from Herbie Penis Mod McGubbin. This is a bearded man. It reminds him of I think of Barry of maybe Barry how Barry could be.
It's a fucking massive bit, and I'll give him that, but it's nothing to do with vaping, is it?
Oh,
But it reminded him of David.
But you do know that he vapes.
He's the thing that
James, one from James. Is this from you, James?
Quick.
BVB?
Rob.
Oh, this is me. Oh, look, BVB. Baron von Vapenhausen. It's BVB mods, isn't it? No.
I don't know how to.
Yeah, it is. The logo is fairly. It's fairly similar to where the V's.
Next one, we're looking at some biltong.
This is from
Oh,
John.
I took that picture. I was in the pub.
Yeah. What is it?
It's built on, and that's what. It's South African jerky.
Yeah. So that reminded you of Brad and Brad Vapes. And he's on the Vape show.
Did you eat it?
Absolutely awesome. I like it.
Ooh,
I
what's
didn't
this
get
one
any.
then? Some sort of
It's got gluten in
scooter.
it.
No. This is. It's yeah. Well, it's from Mario. Yeah.
Anakin.
It's indicated.
Ah.
Yeah.
Anakin. But
It's
yeah,
got
I
weed.
that Anakin.
Anakin with one N at the beginning.
But the spelling doesn't matter. I don't know
Oh,
how you pronounce it.
Good. The next one's good.
This
He's
farmer
from-
isn't just good at his job. He's outstanding in his field.
He looks like Mark.
He does. He looks a lot
does
like
look
Mark.
Nothing image.
That's it. It looks like Mark.
He does look like Mark.
Looks like Mark. And that's that one. Next, we're looking at a guy with a baby.
This is a bit of a doubler. Bit of a doubler.
He kind of looks like if Ollie Redmond lost 3 stone, but I knew he hadn't because Ollie's never off his arse. He's like Thor Hurd, never off his arse.
It's just winning at life, that guy.
He is.
Now we've
But
got
also,
a mouth on a mod now.
that was a double. Have I had this before? Did we have this before? This is the blowjob machine.
Yeah,
I thought we had, but nobody mentioned that we'd had it before in the group.
What actually is that?
What is it?
It's a blowjob machine. It's
right.
it's a 200 quid blowjob machine. It's got artificial intelligence.
£200. Christ. Oh,
It's 200 quid. You plug it into the mains, and you put your dick in it, and it's 200 quid. It's a Kickstarter thing. Apparently, one of the fastest ever funded Kickstarters.
John Martin Beer, who put this one in?
This is
Paul.
from our Paula, in it.
Oh, lovely Paula.
Love it.
Our Paula, John
Lovely
Martin.
Paula. Join the resistance. Oh,
This is from Paul
Thank you.
Hughes.
Paula bought me another John Martin glass because she's awesome. I don't think it's ever been on Triumph Guitar, but it has been posted on the page at least twice, but not as Triumph Guitar.
It's a funny little cartoon. I like it. So we'll put it on there. That's from Paul Hughes. Next one is from Rick. From our Rick.
Ooh,
Rick.
Have we done that
Yep,
one
go
yet?
on. Yep, clear blue.
It's a clear blue, and then somebody I can't remember who it was, posted a clear blue, left the E off the end. That made it extra funny. Now, obviously, when I'm saying that, it doesn't sound as funny. Without the E on, but it's written down.
Yes.
And I said, "Oh yes." Somebody was going, "Oh, don't suck on it." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Oh yeah, it sounds like it tastes like that pound shop e-liquid." And that was everyone was like, "Ha ha ha!" Like, etc.
Fine ales.
Sorry.
We just did fine ales.
Yeah, this is a different one from Fine Ale. So look, it's entirely different, totally
I didn't
unrelated,
see it.
different thing.
That's a cool one.
Next one's good.
Richard Jack.
This one came in last minute.
It did. This is from Sarah Will. Lighty Punch. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Sarah.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Have
Is
a
it Sarah
look.
or Sarah?
Sarah.
Because there's no H. Do we always say Sarah when there's no H?
I think you've got to assume Sarah.
Well,
Happy
we'll
birthday
find out.
anyway. We're now looking at a power supply for PC.
Simon Townend. It says mod on it. Look, integrated mod XT. It's 750 watts of mod power. That's more than the guitar. It's a bit more bulky. Let's.
That's a lot of power. The hell of a PC requires that. We're now looking at Enjoy.
From lovely Trevor Larkin. Enjoy pure sugar. Enjoy. It's the brand. It says there brand. Enjoy brand. Look at that. It's good. It's like I liked it a lot.
I wanted to call the show Enjoy Savaloy, didn't I?
You did, didn't you? That was good. It was
That would have been a doubler as well.
It was very, very good. And that, I think, is this week's Triumph Patava. Come back next week for more things that remind you of vaping, but they aren't really vaping.
And if you want to get involved with that, join our Facebook group, facebook.com/idealhomeshow.
Absolutely.
Link in the description if you're watching on playback to that. And then, yeah, that's the show, gents. That's a wrap, as they say.
Lovely job.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to just very gently tap that like button. Subscribe if you've not already. And once subscribed, karate kick that bell so that you're notified when we go live.
Yeah, you should definitely do that.
Right. That's fantastic. Thank you. As he said, thank you very much for watching. This has been the Ideal Home Show. See you next Thursday.
Bye. Good night.